Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. All right, so in the last video, we were watching this ascending channel pattern. It was, you know, bouncing in between these two trend lines: resistance, resistance, support, support, support. We're bouncing in between those two trend lines. We actually broke the top trend line right here. Got some nice green candles right here. So that looks like a pretty good breakout, and it looks like we kind of went back into that trend line and then bounced on it, heading to the upside. The other thing I was thinking is probably moving this trend line now to something like this, where we had resistance, 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 and then it looks like we're breaking through it right now. Let's see what happens. One of the other things that I was looking, but this is on the 1 hour time frame. So I think what I'm thinking is, or what I was looking at is the higher time frame. So let's jump over to the, let's actually jump all the way to the daily time frame. I'm going to go ahead and delete that little channel pattern because I was also looking at something interesting. Okay, so we have resistance right here, and a little bit of resistance right here. We also have support right here and support right here, where we came up, got resistance, came down, found support, pushed up, got resistance, came down, found support, went up, and we actually broke through this resistance. Is my point. Let me draw some trend lines though, because I think we're looking at what I'm thinking is something maybe like that, and then maybe something like this. So it kind of looks like maybe it kind of looks like a W pattern in my opinion. Hit the bottom, bounced up, hit the found resistance, came down, found support again, and then bounced to the upside, breaking that resistance, heading to the upside, in which case we could target from the top to the bottom of this little channel pattern. Drag that to the breakout, and I'm looking at a target of approximately 0.47654. Let me go ahead and put a little price label on that guy right there. For that little W pattern. The other thing I was thinking though is if we do a trend line with this resistance and this resistance, it'll give us a more conservative target. Let's go ahead and do that, and we would target from the top to the bottom, kind of the same place, but the breakout would be a different place, and that kind of takes us up to that area around that red line, which is around 0.447. The red line is previous resistance back in the day. Let's go see. Where is it? This was like what, 2021? Yeah. So let's see. We came up. Let's see. Is that the right one? Or is this? Yes. Okay. Sorry. We came up. Let me undo that. Basically, we came up to that level and got resistance right here. Boom. Resistance. Hit that red level. That was the top, and then we had to come back down, retrace, like, what is it? It looks like more than 61%, almost 78%, because that's 78%'s that line right there. So a little bit less than that, but came down, retraced, and then got a big, huge bounce and a big, huge run. Maybe we're looking at something like this right now, where that's the other thing that was kind of like spooking me out while I was watching that chart. I was like, it's moving up really fast and it's not. I'm wondering if we're going to break out of the Fibonacci retracement right now, and I'm wondering if it's going to look like something like this, where we kind of blow the top off, and then, because I'm guessing that's what blowing the top off looks like, because it goes boom and then comes down. But yeah, we're basically in some, we didn't, yeah, we basically just did something like that though, where we had a big run, retraced real quick, and then bounced out of it. Kind of. Let's go see. But back to the resistance. We have resistance right here. Came down, found support, got resistance right at that red line again. So that's why I'm watching that red line now. And we've basically been having trouble there. So let's go back at around 0.450. Sorry. But if we come back, that's where we're having trouble right now. It looks like we're going to be testing it pretty soon. It looks like we're breaking that downtrend, and then also this resistance right there. Let me go ahead and zoom in again. Sorry. All right. So again, we had resistance, we broke that one going to the upside. And then when we're coming up, we want to watch for previous resistances. We had that basically like as a straight line. We broke that resistance right there. Kind of looks like a W pattern in my opinion. That's where we get that 0.478 target from, that W pattern. And then I was also thinking, like, you could also argue that this resistance and this resistance kind of formed a triangle pattern, target from the top to the bottom of that triangle. And then that gives you that target of around 0.4773, which takes you to that red line, which also lines up with that previous resistance in the past in 21. And so, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you might at 0.447, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The other thing that's possible that could happen, though, is if we zoom out and kind of, like I was saying, what if this is about to do a monster run and go boom, retrace 50%, a little bit more than 50%, and then get a big, huge run out of there, blow the top off, maybe hit $1 or something like that. I don't know. $1's kind of like, and then I don't know. I don't really. It's hard for me to like think of where it would go, but I guess once some spots would be these other red lines, which are other spots like that I looked at before. So we have a little tiny bit of resistance at that next one, and then to the next one. Okay, so this one is 0.589, and then this one is 0.739. That was the top on, this is Binance anyways. So we have that little bit of resistance giving us that red line, and then we have the top. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do if we can continue to move up. Okay, first thing is first, we have to get out of this Fibonacci retracement box. If we do, then we're going to start looking at these next lines, in my opinion, which is crazy because I thought it was going to like I thought it was going to stay in here longer, but I mean, I don't know for sure if it's going to stay in. I still want it to stay in here longer just so we can trade off these Fibonacci retracement levels. But if we continue to go up, that's actually cool too. Let me show you where I took profits at. And I don't know, that's also why I'm like, oh, I haven't really got a buying opportunity for Dogecoin as much as I would like. Let me go to the Coinbase one. So basically at this red line right here is where I sold it at 0.415, and now it's up around, I sold like a pretty good amount. Pretty decent amount. I was like a little bit of, it's like a little down payment on a car or whatever. 0.257, around 3%. Like I think earlier today it was like 4%. I was like, oh, crazy. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I thought it was gonna stay in the thing longer, but we'll see. And then plus I needed it, so it's all good. Let's go back to Dogecoin on the other thing. But yeah, from the daily time frame, I think this looks really good, and check it out. We're on the above the 9 moving average, looking really good. We broke below right here, resistance. Once we broke above it, bullish sentiment again. Let's see if we can keep this momentum pushing to the upside, maybe hit some of these targets. These are the next 2 targets, I think, though, going to the upside. I mean, 0.447 and 0.478. If we start breaking these, then like I said, I think the next ones we're gonna have to start looking at are 0.588 approximately. That's just what I'm thinking, though. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you want to watch the last video, check it out right here about the ascending channels. Check that one out. Click that. And super close to 10,000 subscribers. That'd be cool if you hit subscribe. And if you want to watch if you want to watch the playlist to get you started on trading view, check out this playlist right here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.